What's good, everybody? I want to give you, first of all, a quick update. Like, literally, the last week, I just been swamped. Like, I only was able to drop one review, and it was for that Panda uh, Super Nootropic V3 pre-workout. Now, if you did notice in the video, it was kind of darker. My lights went out, and I was like, nah, I got to get this out to everybody. So apologize if the whole thing, the lighting setup was pretty dark, but I already fixed that, and I literally got the light bulbs a couple days ago, and it is what it is. But please check that video out. I went real in detail and really quick, but guys, that is one of the daily nootropics that I'm going to keep in hand. So enough about that. And don't worry about the ninja logo. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just the shirt I got on today. But this is a Dark Labs review. And the only reason why I don't got my Dark Labs shirt on is because this Dark Labs t-shirt right here, it was like an oversized shirt. It says large, extra large. Personally, I'm a large, depending on the shirt. Like this Ninja one, I'm a large in this one. And it's kind of loose because I'm losing the weight. But I was like large, extra large. I'm like, it should fit me, but oversized means like it's kind of wide on your back. It's more like a pump cover, but if you're kind of bigger, for me, I would have to get the smaller size because I bought this one in white as well. The white one, I threw it on, kind of dirty, because I used it for the gym, but it's pretty big. So please, before you buy the shirt, look at the descriptions. I didn't. I was just like, oh, large, extra large, it'll fit me. But it wasn't. It was like almost like a skirt, bro. So enough about that. And I'm gonna let you guys know I got all three new Dark Lab products random for the last 3 weeks. Started off with the crack purple, the new crack purple tub. So I was like, let me do the review on this one first, even though I would want to review the other ones more, just because of the experience on them. So let's jump into the new crack purple container, or purple tub, as we all used to call it, or we continue to call it, because there are some OG crack purple tubs out there. So if you can get your hands on it, please do, because honestly, there's nothing like that one. All right, so in Dark Labs fashion, they went with the original style tub look right here with the purple um, version, like we all got used to. But this one is a little different because right here we do get the crack 3D. Once you get this one, you'll feel the edges and everything, so you already know that it's a 3D pop. Aside from the gloss finish, and I think it's more like like a plastic embedded plastic, but they went hard on the label regardless. So if you know Dark Labs, you're like, okay, they're going hard on the labels, especially on that Maniaco one. That one is tough. But coming back to this one, we are getting 40-20 servings, meaning that you can do one scoop or two scoops on this product. And look how big the tub is compared to the original tub. And I'll put a picture over here so you guys can see the difference. And also the scoop size will change as well. So um, let's get into the flavor first, and then we can get into the rest of the supplement facts and ingredients and new version that we are getting here in 2025. So we are getting a Rocket Tropical Punch. Now, the Rocket Tropical Punch, if you guys have not, if you do dabble with Dark Labs, you know they always do the Rocket Tropical Punch great, and they didn't go wrong with this one. Even though they did switch manufacturers, I will want to add that in here, that disclaimer that this is a new product for a new manufacturer, but they got the flavor down pack, so I'm not complaining about the flavor. Tastes just like any other Dark Labs tropical or Rocket Tropical Punch. So for me, if I would compare it, it's like a high C flavor, like a Hawaiian Punch high C flavor. That's about it. And no heartburn, nothing negative on that. Not too sweet either. So uh, got my stamp of approval if you decide to go on the Rocket Tropical Punch flavor. Excuse me for that. Is that I was drinking a little bit of the Ghost right here, so I'm burping up a little bit of the carbonated water that's in there. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little quick for pick that is just I had a long week, and today coming back, I'm like, hey, I thought it was gonna be better. Just because I am trying to be as helpful as possible. If you don't know what field I'm in, I kind of work with the immigrant children. So knowing that Trump is out there, switching up the game for everybody. I've been kind of busy trying to help these kids who cross because at the end of the day it's like the parents send them over. It's kind of bad over there compared to how it is over here, and other reasons as well. So the kids are not at fault. That's why I choose to help them, and more than anything. But coming back to this, um, now we are getting, like I said, we're getting a 40-20 split here. Now for the serving size, we're getting 1 scoop, which is 10 grams, and 2 scoops, which is 20 grams. When I threw it on the digital scale, this is what it said. So right on the T, they went. The scoop size is perfect, and honestly, this is a bigger scoop. Whether you go the 1 scoop route or the 2 scoop route, no matter how you put it, compared to that little tiny scoop that got you, in the air, on the flight to Disney World for the next couple hours. That is it's a big difference. But it's not a heavy scoop. I will tell you at 1 or 2 scoops. Now, let's get into the supplement facts. And I'm going to read at the 2 scoop level just to save time. We are getting L-citrulline, pure L-citrulline at 8,000 milligrams. So 2,000 milligrams below the recommended amount. But I feel like that's enough to get more than a decent pump. And honestly, you can get a pump by yourself. I always say this, and a lot of people in the fitness community, when they do reviews, they tell you it because honestly, when you put that stress on the muscle, it's bound to pop. And depending on what ingredients you have in your body, you will get that additional vascularity or that additional swole look in the muscle. Now, following that, we are getting beta alanine at 3,000 milligrams, so 200 milligrams below the recommended amount. So they went a little bit lower this time. And for me, I didn't mind. And at 3,000 milligrams, the beta is strong in here, so you will feel it. That's the first thing you will feel. And it does last for a while, anyways. Um, Now, following that, we are getting some agmatine sulfate at 1,000 milligrams. Now, if you stack that with the 8,000 milligrams of L-citrulline, that is perfect just because agmatine sulfate helps with the pumps. It is more like a nitric boost to the L-citrulline, so you will get some nice circulation, excuse me, and also you will get some vascularity in there. Not insane, but enough. Now, following that, we are getting some choline bicitrate at 500 milligrams. Now, this is an ingredient that I continue to say that all these companies are adding to add and to push or amplify their nootropics or their stims to the next level. Just like in that Panda Focus V3 that I told you, that super nootropic, it didn't have it before, but once they added it to it, oof, it took it to another level. Same thing with Keto Labs when they added it to the hybrid limited edition, and also Scary Hours. They did do that for their Scary Hours and Scary Hours limited edition, if I'm correct. You guys can check out all these different companies. They are on the wave of the new ingredients to get you with the right amount of stims and get you stimmed up for the gym and make you feel good at the end of the day. So we following that, we are getting some caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. Now, for me, I always tell you guys, anything above 300 is enough to get me going. So 400 milligrams of caffeine for me is going to be a high stim pre-workout. Now, following that, we are getting some N-phenethylamine citrate. I'm getting better at this, man. One day I'm just going to say this without stumbling on this word, even though it's like 35 letters. But regardless, we are getting it at 300 milligrams. Now, that again is another ingredient that will add to the stimulatory effects for us to feel like that nice head high and head buzz for a long time. Now let's get into why this is a Dark Labs product. To begin with, we are going to get the 2 amino at 240 milligrams. Now that is a hefty dose. For me, I saw 240 milligrams. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be, in the clouds for a while. Now, following that, we're getting some caffeine citrate at 200 milligrams. Now, this one, I feel, if I'm correct, this one is 75% of that. So if we're doing 75 out of 200, I'm just doing some quick math. You're probably going to get like a little bit above 125, maybe 150. So let's call it 125 stacked with the 400. So you're getting over 500 milligrams of caffeine. I would say 530 at most. Uh, Now, following that, we are getting some Hellosin Chin at 50 milligrams. Now, this ingredient right here adds a special stimulatory effect to the pre-workout, especially when it's mashed or stacked together with the 2 amino. All right, so let's move on to the last ingredient in this ingredient profile. We are getting some alpha yohimbine at 2 milligrams. Now, 2 milligrams for me is still a little bit low, and you're like, Harry, I know you said sometimes 1 milligram is enough. For me, it depends on the source. But 2 milligrams, I feel like is enough for me to feel it. But I feel like I like it, especially because I've been trying the Symbio, the fat burner. That one had like 4.5 combined. So I'm like, yo, I, I tended to now fall in love with the Alpha Yo, especially at the higher doses. But that's just me. So 2 milligrams will get the job done. But for me, a little bit above that, I like it just so I can have more of the beneficial properties to sweat more, and also to add just to the stimulatory effects as well. So let's get into the effects, since I was talking about the stimulatory effects of this new crack purple tub that Dark Labs has dropped. Now, I did drop a disclaimer in between the video saying that this is a new manufacturer that Dark Labs is testing out. And I would like to add another disclaimer that the big boss man head of Dark Labs is not around. So, I've been keeping my ear to the ground on any latest, like the latest news on him, and he's still not back. So for now, we cannot knock him for not trying to fix what has to be fixed in these products. Now, you're like, Harry, what you talking about? Is this what we're looking for? Is this that little, the same effect of that little tiny tub with the tiny scoop that we all fell in love with? That's at 120 milligrams of DMAA. The other one, didn't have it. But um, to keep it 100 with you guys, and I have to keep it 100 with you guys, um, what is on this label doesn't feel like it, and I do have to agree with Garage Gym Homie. I know he had a lot of heat when he dropped this review. Hopefully, you guys can be a little bit more kinder on my end, but we got to tell you how it is. And the goods are here. Everything that is on this label you will feel, but just not at that level. For me, the experience would be first 10 minutes, you will feel the betas. They do last for about another 10 minutes. So when we are heading into that 20 to 30-minute time frame, that's when you start feeling more of an energy, and you do start feeling a nootropic hit. Now, for me, when I started feeling the DMHA, it was around that 30 to like 40-minute time frame. And that's when it started to build. But then, like, I felt like it was building, and then it just stood there. And I'm like, I'm waiting and waiting around for the next like 10, 15 minutes, whatever, when I hit the hour mark. And I'm like, okay, I'm here, but it felt like it's trying to, could see, like, climb, especially when you're going hard in the gym. And I took this on a Friday for a Friday gym session, and I was just like, okay, I feel everything, but it's not what this label's saying. And I literally like whipped out the phone and started reading the label again. I'm like, the energy is there and all that, but I'm like, I'm not feeling as well, in my mind, how it clicked was I'm not feeling what is on this label. I'm supposed to be like cloud 9 or going to cloud 10 and within an hour, and I'm supposed to be, sweating a little bit more, and I'm supposed to be, on this other level. But for me, I felt like the DMHA was trying to be there, but then it kind of just was floating around. And it was just like, it felt like it took like a back seat because the energy kicked in. And you will feel the buzz and everything later on in the day, but it's not that purple tub that we all fell in love with, like that OG purple tub. This one is, for me to like wrap this up in a quick like tiny little bowl for you guys. This is a nootropic slash energy slash, and you will feel the DMHA, the Tomino, but it's not at that high intensity level of the purple tub. And I'll put a picture right here because I have to. This is the OG one, and this one will get you up there, but this one, fortunately, it's not. It can't. If I were like, if it was me, I would just change the name and call this like, crack silver, because they had like crack gold and the other pre-workouts, just to separate it, so you can't be like, okay, I'm comparing this to this higher level pre-workout compared to this tub that I got in my hand. But regardless, this is a Dark Labs fuel at the end of the day, but just not that purple, that small purple tub that we got. I came out of pocket for this myself, so I'm not, I'm not somebody that just got this shipped over from Cartel or got it shipped over from any like Dark Labs. Like, I don't even got a discount code with Dark Labs. And I do want to ask you guys, because I'm going to give Dark Labs some grace, because this is the first pre-workout that they are doing, or first series of pre-workouts that they're doing with a new manufacturer, and also that they are switching it up in the sense that they are trying to bring us something new. Now, talking about new, for me, I would have called this a different, pre-workout name, maybe like, crack silver, to add to the series like of the pre-workouts that they have, like, because they have crack gold, so this could have been like on the lower tier. And the reason why I say that is because the ingredient profile does change a little bit when we see the new crack gold, and that one I will be reviewing as well, because I'm catching up on the reviews as well. So all in all, guys, it's not the little small purple tub that we often love with, but it is something new. It does have the goods. So if you do want to pick this one up, and I literally was like hoping, like, please let me get a different tub than the homie GGH. Please let it be just uh, like separate tubs, or separate serial numbers or whatever, so I can tell you guys like, hey, try to get this number. But it is what it is, and this is the new batch for everybody. So if you do, like I said, if you do want to pick this one up, you can head over to nutricartel.com. Use my discount code WFS for 15% off your entire order. Now, I understand if you do not get it, but for me, I feel like this is something different. It doesn't feel like a Dark Lab-esque pre-workout. It does have a little bit of the vibes, but I feel like it's just the label that is attaching itself more to how I should feel than anything. So, but again, I'm not Dark Labs. I'm not, the owner. So if they would call this crack silver or something, it would have been fresh. But I'm not behind the scenes. So all in all, guys, I did have a great experience on this. It's just not that purple tub that we all fell in love with. So with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next episode.